common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd, father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Yeah.
Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? Welcome back to another duo live show here at Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman, aka the Crypto Hitman.
I am Todd Butterfield.
The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo land. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. We are watching Bitcoin rip it, but now it is having a little bit of a pullback. Solana was ripping as well, head up to $46, but now back down to $39 as the Breakpoint 2023 Solana conference is coming to an end tomorrow. Usually that is some kind of sell the news event. Did we mark a top there or did we not? That will be a topic of discussion. We've also seen Floki Moon, Token Moon, and others. Hopefully you guys have been following along here on the YouTube channel as we talked about RUNE, INJ, and others. If not, hopefully you're in our Discord group as we have been taking profit trades on Bitcoin, Solana, Atom, Floki, Token, and the list goes on and on. What's going on today, Todd?
I want to jump on here. We told you to buy stocks at the lows a week ago. Told you we were bottoming out with 5 waves down, Elliott wave. Our technometers were oversold. And we're coming probably into a top here. So wanted to go live and update on the stocks.
Shout out to Yannick, shout out to Craig, Zimmy Jim, Rob H, Mark Lane. Make sure to hit that like button, boys. Get this video trending. I know we're not the biggest YouTube channel, but we do live over on Twitter. It does pretty well. But I'll tell you what, we've been pretty spot on with everything, really catching every single move up until this last Bitcoin rally. And although we missed the Bitcoin rally, we were dead right on stocks. We took profits on Coin, MicroStrategy, Riot. We did do trades on Atom, on Floki, on Token. So we'll talk about all those things in this video. Before we get started on that, let's just hop over to BeyondFOMO, get a general market sentiment. And of course, guys, make sure to leave a comment in the live show here on YouTube or Twitter with your questions, comments, concerns. We'll look at charts. We'll look at news. We'll understand your fundamental perspectives, and we'll try to get you guys to triple those bags. Over here, we see that Bitcoin still for the 7 days is up 1.71%, but has fallen back off to 34,615. Ethereum still underperforming the king, but back above $1,800. And the big winner out of these top 10 cryptos is Solana. Even after today's dip back to $39, still up 27% in the last 7 days. One of the biggest performers in that period. Another one that was just as big was Floki. Floki actually outperformed Solana this last since the October 12th lows. Not really as many people are talking about it, probably because it isn't in as many people's bags, but realize Floki was up 140% off the lows. Solana was up 110%. So though Solana is getting all the hype, the outperformance really came in the form of Floki and the sister token, Token that just launched. Since entry, we gave an entry on Token at $3 million market cap. It is now 700% up. Yes, 700% up in less than a week. And you could have thrown as much money as you wanted into that because it did have $3 million in liquidity over on the DEX, whether it's Uniswap or PancakeSwap. I hope you guys in Patreon followed. And if you're missing out on calls like that, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. Let's see the biggest winners for the 7-day period. Arweave and Near Protocol and Solana, so shout out to the holders of those. You might notice RUNE and INJ on this list. We have been talking about that and giving hypothetical trades here on YouTube during the live shows. Those have been big, massive winners as well. Biggest losers, hopefully nothing you own, but it is Mina, it is Radex, and it is Maker. And look at that, PEPE once again falling off just a bit. This is coming off the back of their big run due to them burning some tokens, but still showing lack of community confidence in PEPE turnaround as it is, giving up a majority of those gains over the past 7 days. Todd, do you want to take over the charts and we'll go through what the stock market is doing, what Bitcoin and Ethereum and these large caps are doing? And again, then we'll turn to you guys to take a look at the charts of your requested stocks and crypto assets.
All right, here's the SPY we normally look at. Again, last time we were live here, October 26th, I said probably have a little weakness in the close, maybe a little bit the next day. We got that in the discords and social media. I've talked about the first objective was back to the previous fourth wave on the intraday S&P chart that I showed, and we've ran through that today. And then actually, if this whole recent last 3 months here is actually 5 ways down, see that on the chart. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would mean the previous fourth wave is up at the second objective at 438. So right now you can see lower right technometer 48. Overbought's considered 50, which gives us the red dot. So we will probably grab that tomorrow on any further strength. So I do think somewhere here we're going to stop, hesitate, probably sideways to lower, and then we'll see maybe here in 3 or 4 days whether we can gather ourselves and run up to that second objective. I know sentiment has been really bearish, and some of that's being taken off. Everyone talking about Fed maybe not going to continue to raise rates, and maybe we'll start lowering them when the economy turns lower here. So if that's the case, probably could run up to the second objective. So again, we'll watch that. QQQ real quick. Same type of thing. Bottom there on the 27th, technometer 46. We're going to need a little more day or two higher before we get a sell, but we'll be watching for that. TLT, let's run through a few more here. TLT, once again, trying to rally back to what was previous resistance. You can see that there at 88. Technometer is near overbought, not giving us really any trades. Interest rates have fallen here in the last week because of the TLT rally. But again, nothing to brag about. GDX, we talked about continuing higher. We did have an oversold reading there a week ago. We're really at the same price. Not turning higher. I was hoping the GDX would try to work a little bit higher here. And started multi-month rally, but I'm not sure we're going to get that. Quickly, a Wyckoff Wave Metals Index that we monitor as well. You can see there about 9 trading sessions ago we was oversold. We're back to neutral. Would like to see more strength on the metals to take us higher. And then quickly a couple here. ANET, we sold that for our pro traders in the stock Discord. We sold that today around 210.60, I believe it was. Bought that at a little below 179. Decent trade there. You can see we're overbought in the lower right at 56. Another quick trade we did was CRM, and you can see here we scalped that a few times here recently. Bought that at 195 and change, sold that at 203 and change. Not much to add there, and maybe a couple more here to get them out of the way. Apple, you can see here, didn't get a buy at the low on the 27th, but that was the buy on the SPY that we gave you, and we're at 49.8. Getting close to another sell on Apple. So again, I think sideways to lower on these things now for the rest of this week, maybe early next week. And then we got Tesla. Tesla did come down on the 30th and just got close to an oversold reading. It did pick the last low there, August 18th. And we've had a 3-day rally, nothing to brag about. But again, I think stocks in general are going to roll over here sideways to lower, and then we'll see what they look like in 2 or 3 trading sessions. Back to Nick and I.
Yeah, and that's interesting there. I think one thing to talk about as far as crypto news, not too much going on. We know the Sam Bankman-Fried trial is going underway. He's probably going to go to prison. It looks overwhelmingly so. There might be a juror who kind of holds out, but the evidence is mounting up. We've also seen that the SEC is going after SafeMoon. This is another complete outright scam and rug pull that we here at Learn Crypto avoided. We never took position in SafeMoon, never traded SafeMoon, and never locked up assets with SafeMoon. So I'll pat ourselves on the back there. But they are going under. Apparently, the founders of that misappropriated $200 million into their own bank accounts that was supposed to go towards the project. And then lastly, for the bullish side of crypto, Japan to approve $110 billion stimulus package to fight Japanese inflation. Yes, they are printing money. Yes, they are going to reduce taxation on income tax, on capital gains tax, and other ways. Essentially, what this happens is when they print the money, the valuation of that underlying currency goes down, and usually Bitcoin goes up as a hedge against inflation. We do know that Bitcoin halving is coming up here April of next year, where it will be deflationary, not on the track here where it seems like fiat currencies are just printing themselves into oblivion to try to support the civilians of their individual countries. This is a short-term relief for you guys, but in the long term, it only hurts your savings, it only hurts your bank accounts, and it only hurts your spending power. That is why we invest in Bitcoin. That is why we invest in cryptocurrencies. That is why we choose to invest in the stock market as well, to try to put some gains. You can't just sit on cash anymore. The days of just saving your dollar for future usage just isn't there anymore. Yannick says PENN is killing it. I guess, Todd, if you want to throw me the screen, I'll take a look at PENN. I'll take a look at Coinbase as we did get re-entries on those. And I'll show the token chart where we gave a buy on token for Patreon members, and that thing is up 700% in less than a week. Yes, you are. Getting there. Hey, you got to stack winners. You got to stack winners. It was a long bear market. We got to get our bags back up. So here in Coinbase, you can see all of our previous trades. Yes, we took profits on every single trade, and yes, we bought back lower on every single trade. That is how you accumulate shares. That is how you play the game. Now, after our buyback a couple days ago at $76, we are ripping leading into the earnings call that will be occurring later today after the market close. I don't know. It looks like speculators believe there is going to be an earnings surprise, as you can see a big gap today with a positive stock market. Bitcoin, a little bit shaky, but still up since the last market open. And we shall see. If there is a surprise, and we break above this $89.95 level, above the $90 level, I will be tempted to sell somewhere between $90 and $99 at tomorrow market's open to lock in yet another winner for Coinbase. Although I believe Coinbase is here to stay, although I believe Coinbase will print big wins during this next bull market, we are traders at heart, and this would be a signal to take somewhere between 18 to 29% gains if that happens. I don't know for sure. If you're not in the Coinbase trade, realize that buying on a gap up and buying pre-earnings and speculation is higher risk than our entry that we had over here. So understand that. We will look at PENN as well. PENN is gapping higher as well. That is because they finally announced that they will be launching in collaboration with ESPN Bet before the Thanksgiving NFL football game. This is what we have been waiting for. This is a massive gap higher. It puts our two trades back in profit. Our average price is probably somewhere around $21.50. We're now sitting at $22.50. This is one that you could potentially chase. Now, if stocks go down, this thing could meander. This thing is so washed out. Sellers exhausted. You have a new platform coming out soon. They just had their earnings as well, and it still went higher even with a negative surprise. But the news of launching in collaboration with ESPN, the largest sporting facility, ESPN Bet, before a very highly gambled day on Thanksgiving is big news. This is kind of the pattern I see potentially happening. Maybe a breakout to around $25, retest a breakout level, and then we get that move up towards $36. Stay tuned on YouTube or join us on Patreon to see exactly when we exit these positions on PENN and Coinbase. Lastly, before we go over to the comment section, let's look at Token. If you don't know what Token is, it is the new sister project of Floki. Why should you guys know about Floki? Well, we've only been banging the table on it the entire duration of the lows of the bear market. We've only taken a dozen profit trades on it. Now you can actually stake Floki for 70% APR, and they launched this token. I gave a live buy in Patreon along with 4 posts, one including a video of how to get into Token, why you should get into Token, and why we're going to make a ton of money. And in less than 7 days, we sold 50% of our position for 520% gains in the spot market. And right now we're up 703% gains with a list of exchanges all saying they're going to list Token on Monday. That is LBank, that is Gate.io, that is KuCoin, that is Bybit, and we know Binance is probably coming. I'm trying to hold out because once all those lists, if we get a shortly followed Binance listing next week, this thing probably will go up another 100%, and we will be cashing in for massive, massive gains. Now, Nick, if you're so bullish on the outlook of token, why did we sell 50% of our bag here? Well, we sold it for 520% gains. You can't be greedy when you make 500% gains in 5 days. Also, we rotated those gains and those profits over into Floki. We bought back Floki on the dip that we were looking for, and we are staking those Floki for 70% APR. Floki is still the blue chip lower risk project of the two at a 400 million market cap. Token still has upside potential in my opinion, but understand again, if you are in patreon.com/learncrypto, we are already up 700%. So we're not going to be in the same position as you if you decide to jump in right now before the major exchanges listed. You got any other charts? It looks like you got a bunch of charts here. You got people wanting you to look at Sol, Echo, MATIC, and Link.
First thing is Mark said he sold SOL at 44. Actually, that's right when my technometer went to overbought, and we talk about that live in Discord. So we'll look at that one here in a minute. Tesla, Yannick, I probably would maybe try to trade that. I think it will work higher, but I don't know if you're interested in selling it, buying it back, $5 or $10 cheaper, etc. I think that probably could be done here maybe tomorrow. Slide out and get it back. So look at those. Let's go to the charts here real quick again. Bitcoin, I think, completed the triangle there. I show in blue. Went up for a fifth wave. Now we're coming back down. I'm not sure where that fourth wave fits in, whether that was a nice top at 36,000. We come down to 30, or whether we're going to catch ourselves here in a few days, get the lower technometer down there closer to 38, and then rally again to new highs. So that's something we're going to watch. A nice little ABC down here maybe that takes out 33.5 or takes out 32.8 could be a buy. Again, especially if our technometer gets down there at 38. So we'll definitely watch that. SOL.
If we could get the technometer down to 38 and have, get back to the previous highs around 32,000, that'd be a nice setup for a lower risk buy on Bitcoin for sure.
Definitely. Now there's the Sol chart showing the 50 on the technometer we had up there at 44. Again, we're still setting at 50, so I can't say much about SOL. I think that thing's probably going to start step lower now, and we'll see where it's setting if we do get a Bitcoin buy. And MATIC, let's go to MATIC. Tether, same type of thing, probably some type of triangle there, go to new highs. So if we do get a pullback here for another week or so, could back down and tag that 60-cent level again. So we'll be watching that. Technometer neutral, not much to add there. Link, what's up, big house? Link couldn't get a new high out this morning, so maybe a little bit of underperformance. Again, be nice to see something, maybe take out 968, definitely take out 1040 maybe on the downside here, get that oversold technometer like we had back there at the exact low at 582, and not much to add there. DCC84, let's give you a quick wrench, add you as a moderator, get that done.
Genghis Khan says he's very bullish on coin. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. I was on a Twitter Spaces with Wolf of Wall Streets and Ron Nunor and all these guys, and essentially, in my opinion, I think it could even outperform Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin becomes favorable, this is a crypto product, meaning anything that occurs on there, they are getting fee basis on. Also, you have the objective, if the Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, it's probably the BlackRock spot ETF that gets approved along with others. BlackRock has already said that they have interest in Coinbase being the custody for their Bitcoin, which has a fee basis tacked on as well. And Coinbase just launched the capability of retail users to be able to invest in perpetuals or futures trading. This will add another fee infrastructure to Coinbase as well. I think Coinbase is going to be a very good crypto project. As far as a company, they'll have a lot of success, but we are traders here, and when we have overzealous, overhyped green bars, we are going to sell into those and look to buy back cheaper, especially with Bitcoin on shaky ground. So we'll see what the earnings report is. People are obviously speculating great earnings. If I knew the answer to that, and if I knew earnings were going to be a negative surprise, I'd be selling here, but I don't. So we're going to take our good entry, we're going to stick to the plan, and I'll only be selling based off news if we do see overzealous green bars after this earnings call today. Otherwise, we stick to the plan. We trade the technicals, and we let it ride.
I'm going to show a chart on Google for DCC. Let me run to that. There's Google in front of you. I show the dotted line there. That was kind of a backup to previous resistance support. So I do kind of like Google looking forward. Again, I think probably it could top out here in the next day or two, have some type of pullback. So I'd rather buy a pullback here if you didn't buy on the 26th or 27th when we were bullish down there, more like a 122, 123. So, but otherwise, on a good setup, I would be interested in buying Google.
DCC84 also said it's a good time to get a bag of token right now. Like I said, I think token goes higher, but understand that patreon.com/learncrypto members are in 700% cheaper. So we're in a little bit different position. If we get another 100% run and we're already up 700%, we'll be very tempted to take profits. Versus you might want to get a bag now and be more long-term on it. So again, higher risk for you to get involved here because you're already 700% behind us only in a week. Do I think it goes higher? Yes. Do I know how much more higher? No. It is in a good sector. It's in real world assets, which is a hot topic now in both crypto and traditional markets. And, Binance put out an article about real RWA, and that is this sector for TokenFi. Again, little different situation. We're up 700% in 7 days.
That's all.
So you'd be jumping in a little late for us, but still early in the general market. Yeah, that's all, Todd. I mean, that's the thing. People are all like, oh my God, Solana is up 90% since our last profit. So holy cow. It's like, well, Floki's up 146%. Token's up 700%. Atom's up 10%, 20%. It's like, people lose perspective. I think it's because the whole numbers of Solana. They see Solana, they're like, holy cow, $45. That's immense. Take your time, go to the chart, do the price measuring tool and see what the actual percentage is, because it doesn't matter about the dollar figure of each individual unit. It's about the percentage increase for the unit. So although that was a miraculous run by Solana, it's not that surprising with the conference. Although we sold early, they had the conference pump. They had kind of the FUD around the FTX selling get limited because of the vesting was released on those tokens. They're not even fully vested until 2028. And it had a short squeeze in place. So it did run and it ran hard. But we'll see what happens here. Hopefully it comes back down like we think it will, and we can get potentially another entry on Solana. Solana isn't one that we really actively use. We have the Phantom wallet set up, but we don't really use the network actively. We just trade it, trying to put profits in the bag, profits in the wallet to look at other opportunities.
Let me show RIOT here for Big House. We got RIOT trying to come alive here off of the Wyckoff backup. Today it is holding in there with the general market up nicely, but Bitcoin showing some weakness. So again, I would like to see Bitcoin maybe a little bit lower for 5, 6, 7 sessions maybe here. If we get oversold reading on Bitcoin, then we'll definitely probably be back in RIOT, MicroStrategy, and those. So if you look at the daily chart, we've been showing what we think is accumulation, and we had what looks like a successful backup. So buying these and holding them might be the right thing to do, but we have been trying to trade them, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We have definitely buy and hold stocks, crypto, etc., core positions, but we like to trade around these things and put some money in our pockets.
And you can see those buys and sells there. I think that was like a 50% winner on RIOT, and we bought it back, on a huge drop off and had a couple quick double-digit trades on that as well. So we're trying to trade the chop here, guys. We're trying to trade the chop on assets that we are having success on. Once you find assets that you have success trading on, guess what you do? You keep trading those assets. You don't need to veer too much from them. They're going to continue to put gains in the bag. And if you have a long-term perspective on them, if you do have a bad trade, then you don't get mind getting stuck in the bag for a short period of time because the upside is so high. And that's kind of what RIOT, MicroStrategy, and Coinbase have been for us. That's what we're hoping PENN can be for us, and as well as some of these other names that you hear us talk about on a daily basis. We do have HODL bags, and those are projects we're long-term on. We're compounding passive income. You can learn about those if you join us on Patreon or people ask questions here. But a lot of the names we repeat isn't because we're in love with the token. It's because A, we either use the product, platform, or network, or B, we're having success trading them. So we're going to keep trading them because we're tuned into that chart. We're tuned into those technicals. We're tuned into those fundamentals, and we're going to continue to try to put profits on the table for you guys and for us. Every trade we do, we're doing with our own money. That's why we can't just say, hey, when we thought the Bitcoin low was in at 15,000, we couldn't just list 300 tokens. Oh, buy this, buy this, buy this. And now we can brag about all these gains. We understand that people have a finite amount of money. A portfolio only has 100% allocation. So you have to actually have a portfolio structure to be able to get in and out of these trades on a daily basis.
Let me show the AVAX chart here for Rob. I mean, not much to add here. We did maybe up thrust the previous highs there early October. So again, would like to see some type of ABC pullback here, and a lower technometer maybe will jump on that one, but kind of been an underperformer, and would like to buy some type of slight pullback here.
If you want to throw me over the screen, this is one that we've talked about in the past. Haven't talked about too much, but there is a chart that's interesting, and that is over on PulseChain. So if you go to goldpulse.com, you can see the main Richard Hart tokens and their performance. That's PulseChain, PulseX, INC, and Hex. I think this is a contrarian play, guys. Everybody thinks Solana's still contrarian. Yeah, it's not. You got BitBoy talking about it. You got Arthur Hayes talking about it. You got Ron Nuner talking about it. It's not contrarian play anymore. It rallied from $8 up to $46 on the back of fear, undetermined, FUD, FTX, and now all these big name people are saying, "Oh, this is the contrarian play, Solana to $1 million." That's not the contrarian play. Contrarian play is PulseChain. Why is that? Because half the ecosystem hates Richard, half likes it. Half the people don't even have access to PulseChain, and they're still under SEC investigation. And guess what? That first commentary portion happens this month. What happens if they win that case? It's going to go to the moon. But anyways, PulseX, out of these four, PulseX is the one I have my eye on and the one that I think you should be in. I think it is undervalued here. And here is a little bit of a chart, and I'm seeing a potential cup and handle. You see this whole formation forming the cup. It got rejected at the same high over here. So there's your cup. Here's your handle. The fib levels play out. It bounced off of this support level here, and it bounced off of this resistance flip support on the green line. So that was a good bounce. Now, if this is a cup and handle, you're going to meander here, and the upward target will be from this level right now, would be a measured move for about another 95% gains. And guess what this is? That would put you back to the pre-SEC investigation valuation. When the SEC came out and said they were going after Richard Hart, this is the red bar we saw. If this cup and handle plays out, it would be in confluence to get you right back in this range of the pre-SEC pricing. And what do you know? The first SEC court date is this month. So is that all just a coincidence, or is this some real confluence? Is this some real technicals that are going to play out? We shall see. So far, so good from what I'm seeing. I think PLSX does go higher, and this is the asset of the four that I would be in. If you like farming, I would pair PLSX with INC to earn 48% APR. And due to the Hart's Law and the way liquidity pools work, if I'm right about PLSX, this goes higher, it will drag INC higher as well, all while you're earning that 48% APR. If you need more help on what all that means, how to get over to PulseChain, how to start participating in farming, DeFi, and oh my gosh, Nick, I'm just a beginner and I own Bitcoin, then you need to join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. We have beginners in there asking us basic questions of how do you sign up to Coinbase, to very advanced users who are digging way deeper than even me on some of this and asking me questions that are even above my head. So we got a great community over there. You got to start somewhere. $1 a day keeps the bankers away. We've had a proven track record of success, and we're hoping to do so again in this next bull market. So check out PulseChain, check out PLSX, and let's see if the cup and handle plays out.
Appreciate it, Paul. Two crypto bosses updating. Let me go into PEPE here. I know this is one we're not really too fond about, but I want to show this chart for Big House. I mean, we do have what looks like kind of accumulation here. We did go down and spring that level, you know, September, October, and the previous selling climax back there early May. But now with volume, we have came back into the range, and then we're having a low volume pullback here for the last week or so. Technometer is back down to oversold. So again, not recommending PEPE here, but that chart looks kind of interesting if it could hold in here. And if we get a buy in Bitcoin and other alts, I probably would give this one a chance to get back to the top of the trading range. So
yeah, and I wouldn't mind that because PEPE is kind of in the meme sector. And when PEPE has rallies like that, it drags Mong higher, drags Floki higher, drags Doge higher. So I wouldn't mind you being correct there. Wouldn't mind it holding this level because it's only going to support some of the other bags in which we hold and really bring some life and enthusiasm back to the markets and back to Twitter when that sector kind of does well.
Definitely.
What else is going on? Do you guys have other questions? Somebody's asking about APT a couple times. Another person asking about Mara. Mara, we haven't been trading as actively, but it's similar to Riot, MicroStrategy, and Coinbase. But Todd can pull that up. I know he has some markings on that chart as well.
First of all, let me go Litecoin. Big House mentioned underperformance. No shit, Sherlock. That thing's definitely been underperforming. Not much to add. I mean, horrible looking chart on Litecoin. So, we have made a few trades in that, not recently. And that chart definitely would keep you somewhat on the sidelines because that's not much to brag about at the moment. So
right, it's continuing to maintain that kind of support at 67.50, but it's just not going anywhere. And there's just, in that sector, I feel like there's just better opportunities, whether it's BNB, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Atom, that all kind of have similar chart structures and patterns, but are well above where Litecoin is sitting currently. At some point, Litecoin probably catches up. They did just have their halving already, and that will help. But, the dinosaur coin, as some people call it, just hasn't had a spot at the table lately. So I think the next big macro play for Litecoin is really the launch of the EDX exchange by the Fidelity and Charles Schwab, and allowing institutions only to access Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. Then Litecoin gets a big bid, but getting involved with it now, you're really just gambling that you're going to get lucky on the timing.
let me go to APT then real quick. Same type of thing. It looks like accumulation. We did come down and spring it. We did aggressively come back in the trading range on good volume. Now we're kind of pulling back on low volume. So again, APT maybe on some type of pullback here. Next week or so could be a good look. Something maybe back down around 6. And that could be an interesting as well. So let me save that. And then Mara, let me go back to Mara here real quick. As Nick said, not one, I do own a little bit of this, not one that really trading. It's been underperformer. Trying to come alive a little bit here. Again, a kind of deeper backup. That's kind of a suspect to call that a backup. But 964 not doing much. Not much I can add there. I mean, we're trading Riot, MicroStrategy, Coin, some of those much more so. So, and probably what we'll continue to do. Mara, just not that exciting.
Shout out to Yannick, Genghis Khan, and DCC84, all shouting out the show. Yeah, I mean, really what we do is we come on here, we talk about a couple news articles, we look at the general market as a whole on BeyondFOMO.com, and we have Todd look at the charts of the large caps. Then the rest of the conversation is up to the chat. If you guys have a bunch of fundamental questions, news questions, and charts, then we'll stay on here for hours. If you guys don't have a ton, then sometimes the shows are 30 minutes. I understand that people are busy and sometimes they can't tune in for the entire long form, and that is kind of something that we hear. If we get more time, we like to chop these up into shorter videos. But again, this is a live show, so we want the live show to be driven by the live community. So if you guys have questions, ask them. We've been in the industry for a long time in both the traditional markets and the crypto markets. We don't have answers for everything, and we're not right about everything, but we sure do have an opinion about it, and we have a track record of being right more than we are wrong. And hopefully that's why you guys tune in and why you guys keep spreading the word of Learn Crypto. And hopefully that equates to you guys joining and believing in us and joining patreon.com/learncrypto to take the information that we have on a 24/7 basis and actually apply it to your portfolios.
Genghis wants to know how you help us grow. I mean, really like and subscribe and share videos, share Twitter, etc. Share any social media that we do. And we just need to be live on here more. Really, definitely we come on live when we got something definitely to say. If I got something to talk about on stocks, we try to get on here like we did there a week ago, picking the low, and then now trying to show a little bit of sideways. So we try to get on here and add a little bit of alpha when we can.
Big House says, any correlation with Bitcoin and the war going on in Gaza? Well, I mean, we had Larry Fink come on and say that Bitcoin is kind of a flight to safety and really pushing for this digital gold narrative. And in times of war, what does well? Flight to safety, anti-inflation hedge. So we've seen gold do well. We've seen precious metals do well. And so far, this is what really this last rally in Bitcoin has probably been based off of the war in Ukraine and the war over in Gaza. Just people like Larry Fink saying it's a flight to safety. What do you think, Todd?
I mean, definitely a flight to safety, I think, on what's happened here on Bitcoin. And maybe why we're going to have a little weakness here with stocks trying to rally here. So, the ETF we've been talking about still first of the year. I'm not sure what to think there, but sure that it's coming, and going to make Bitcoin and Bitcoin trading pretty exciting moving forward.
Yeah, we've been saying since day one that we believe a Bitcoin spot ETF will be approved 99%, and it will be coming in January or March of 2024. So far, still no Bitcoin spot ETF, so our prediction is right. I know a lot of people thought it was coming way earlier this year. A lot of people thought it was coming September, October. Then even recently, people are like, oh, Bitcoin spot ETF is imminent, and they FOMOed into some fake news. We've stuck to January and March, so we're just going to stick to it. Will it come earlier than that? Potentially. We kind of hope not, because we want to keep trading Bitcoin in this range. We want to see a little bit of a Bitcoin pullback and keep trading and make sure we're long for that announcement. But so far, so good. We think January or March of 2024 for the Bitcoin spot ETF, and there'll probably be multiple. There's like 12 on the table. I think at least 5 will be approved all at once, and of course, BlackRock will be one of those 5. So we'll see. That's just our projection. We've stuck with it since day one, and so far, so good. Let
me go back to DCC. Want to know about TKWY. I'm not sure if that's just eat takeaway on the Euronext. That thing's 105 down to 13, so I'm not sure about it. Definitely an underperformer. Don't know enough about that to make a comment.
Benoit LaPlante says, shout out to the Pokemon in the window behind you. That is me. Yeah, I got, if you see over here, these are actually all graded cards. These are graded Pokemon cards. I have about 5 of these displays, so it's kind of another thing I do. After this live show, I got a bunch of PSA cards that I'm going to be posting on eBay. So if you guys like Pokemon, you can buy Pokemon from your resident crypto hitman over at ebay.com.
What's up, Jonathan Shank?
Bill Guerrera, shout out to you for joining Patreon. I just got the notification. He says, how do you get the invite to the Discord after joining Patreon? Once this live show is over, I'll send you a full welcome message as well as your private link to join Discord. All you'll have to do is reply your Discord name and you are in. You can start trading along with us. You are a name that I've seen before, so I feel like you've been in the Patreon before, but maybe not.
He's definitely been a supporter. Bill has been forever. Going back on sure to 2017.
Jonathan Schenk, welcome to the channel. He says, who's got some Dead Prez? I know we got Dead Prez, and we are super excited. The Dead Prez mint is live, and the token will be going live somewhere between the next 7 to 14 days. Super excited for Dead Prez and the GambleFi sector here in crypto. We see Rollbit is worth $450 million. And guess what Dead Prez is launching at? Less than $200,000 market cap. Could this be another token in the making where we make a quick 500-700,000% gains within a week? I think so.
Yikes.
Learn Crypto members already invested in the seed and private round and public round of Dead Prez. It will be launching on only a DEX on Uniswap. So stay tuned to Learn Crypto. I'll do a pre-TGE video for you guys, for you followers, so you know the exact date and time that USA token will be launching on Uniswap. I think if you can buy it anywhere around the launch price of 10 cents, you will be in for big, big gains, both in the short term and the long term for USA token.
I've got balls of steel.
Talking about balls of steel, I'm not going to name names, but one of the investors from Learn Crypto community sold his Tesla to invest in Dead Prez. Sold his Tesla. I'm like, holy cow. You are going hard.
Let's
I appreciate.
I've got balls of steel.
Woo! I appreciate, when I have conviction, I'm not always right. But when I have conviction, I let you guys know, and the trust that person had to listen to us, I'm sure he listened to some other people as well, sell his Tesla and go all in on a casino investment. That's just fitting to me. That's just fitting. We'll see what happens. I hope I'm right, because I don't have the funds to want to be sending this guy another Tesla.
Taking us to Lambo land. He'll be trading it in for a Lambo.
That's funny. That would be funny.
Let me show XLE here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
XLE, I'm definitely still bullish. We had a big trade there. You can see from the green and the red. And I was a buyer again for the pro traders. The stock Discord on October 26th. I mentioned that live. I'm long around 86.42, I believe it was. So getting back to a profit level right now, I do think sideways to higher and then higher. So yeah, I'm still long XLE and still bullish on oil.
Let's see. Maz Cabral says, I just went to short Sol. It's kind of funny. Over in, let's see, when did I post this? Yesterday at 1:32 p.m. when Sol was around $44, $42, $46.
$45.
I literally posted, I've been wanting to open a Sol short, but haven't yet. Still 2 more days of the Solana Breakpoint 2023 conference that everyone is hyped about. I knew I wanted to short it. I knew it was going to be a local top. I just couldn't pick the timing. I didn't want to get leveraged out for the group, so I just didn't give an official short, but we were kind of thinking that same thing.
That was a reverse pork blaster.
Paul McGinnis says 100x coming, haha, for dead prez. I mean, you say haha, but the thing is, I think I launched that thing at 10x. Going from a 200,000 market cap to 2 million market cap isn't out of the question. And I think over the long term, you see Rollbit's worth $450 million. That is a what? 100x, a 200x for dead prez, which is crazy to think about. But, last bull market, that was very possible. We'll follow with it. We'll have some convictions in it. We're going to stake it to earn some revenue. And we'll see if that will be one that Learn Crypto is bragging about here in 2 years from now.
That'll be one of the most famous pork blasters.
I'll have to add that to the chain collection and pack on a dead prez chain. I already got the Floki one. That one did really well from us. The Zen's done very well from us. The years already got the Zen one. And of course, I have the Bitcoin one, as that was the king that got it all started. Chris the Ish says, hey, Todd and Nick, Cake has been ripping it. Shout out to Cake. That is one of our passive income generators, and it has been ripping. I need to circle back with that. We might need to redelegate where we stake our Cake, because guess what Cake is doing? They are going deflationary and paying out a percentage of trading fees to Cake holders. That is a big incentive to be a Cake holder and to remain a holder of Cake, because as more people use PancakeSwap, it is still the #1 decentralized exchange on the BSC network. You get your little piece of the cake. Pun is intended there. So that one has been doing well. I'm gonna tune in because that's up 22% today. So I need to catch up with the news after this and check out the next live show, as I'll have more information on Cake and PancakeSwap.
Yeah, that one's rocking.
Moonshine Fuel says, guessing you don't have pockets full of magnets. What's that in reference to, Moonshine?
ARS. I don't think that one's going to be in the software. No, it's not. Argentina. Interesting.
Oh, the balls of steel. That's funny. Oh, no. Sometimes you got to put them out there, and sometimes you're going to lose. But when you hit those winners, ooh, do they make up for a lot of losers? I'll tell you what. Yannick says, can you touch on INJ, Todd? This is when I'm a little disappointed, because we had setups from both a technical perspective and fundamental perspective. I called the drop FUD. We were close to getting an entry, but some people on the YouTube channel and Twitter said, hey, they took entries based off our comments, but we did not give an official entry in Patreon. We did not give an official entry in Patreon. That would have been a good trade for our private group. We just didn't pull the trigger on it, unfortunately. Bitcoin just wasn't cooperating with us, and it got moving too fast for us to take a low-risk entry on that asset.
Definitely some people in the Discord did buy that down there at 7. Let me go back to a different chart here, because we were talking about that down there for a pork blaster, and that's definitely what we got. Let me go to that chart here real quick. We had this sideways accumulation there, triangle, pork blaster, and a quick double. So they're all around here. We talked about INJ. We were talking about RUNE and RNDR. There's RNDR trying to come alive down there at that $1.40 level. And RUNE, talked about that various times. Big House was on that, etc. So $1.50 to 3 in no time.
And although we talked about that, like I said, we didn't get official trades in the private group. Some of you guys took the entries on our comments, so congrats to you. And you can't get down on yourself when you miss a trade, because guess what? This is a 24/7 market, and we have 3 more good years here in the crypto market, so there'll be plenty of trades, plenty of opportunities, and plenty of ways to get yourself in trouble. So we're trying to avoid those. We're trying to continue to take profits, and we're trying to change people's lives like we did over the last bull market and continue to get better and better at this market cycle after cycle.
I mean, Yannick, I did kind of call it. I mean, again, there's only so much we can do in some of these. So definitely I was talking about RNDR. I was talking about INJ. We all agreed on RUNE. So those are definitely ones, and I've got them scattered around in a few accounts here and there, but just not an official trade in the Discord. But definitely something we gave here, definitely something that people are putting on. positions themselves. Again, we do manage assets on the crypto side and the stock side. Because of that, we got some regulators. So let's run a disclaimer here for a quick 10 seconds.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thanks.
All right. Paul McGinnis says, can we have a channel, this bull market buddy system that makes us sell the gains, best group in the business? I mean, we definitely left some gains on the table this last bull market. We're not going to lie and say that. We did avoid a lot of the pitfalls, which were just straight rugs. If you had money in Celsius, you lost it all. FTX, you lost it all. Luna, you lost it all. BitConnect, you lost it all. SafeMoon, you lost it all. We weren't in any of those, so that was great. Also at the tops, we were saying was frothy. I was publicly saying, hey, I'm buying a 1969 Mach 1 Mustang, that's $90,000. Hey, I'm buying a pet store, that's $30,000. Hey, I'm buying a golf cart, that's $10,000. Hey, Todd's hanging out at his pool and getting that renovated, that's $20,000, whatever. So we were up there cashing in, getting some real life assets, buying Golden Tee machines, buying dartboards, trying to get real world assets. This time around, we'll continue to try to do it again. We'll continue to try to pull more froth off the table, as we do know this is a cyclical market, but it's always hard to judge if the cycle is going to remain constant because things change each and every cycle. The days do change, the percentages change, the inputs, the variables change. So we're doing our best for that. And hopefully we can get extra froth out of the markets this time. And I think this will be also very important. I think this will be the largest crypto and Bitcoin bull market in history, which is crazy to say. But I also think that after this cycle, there will be diminishing returns on future cycles as now everybody will be involved. So we have to be even harder to pick those winners. So this time around, it is very important to take that froth and get real world assets that generate income. You know, me and Todd say this about our own portfolio and what we need to do this time around as well. We need to get more real world assets that produce income. Maybe it's real estate, maybe it's an e-commerce store, maybe it's automated YouTube channels, whatever it is. Let's pull off some froth. Let's look for other opportunities outside of the crypto market that can produce income that we can live off of if the market and when the market goes south here in 2026 or 2027, if history repeats itself once again.
I can't bring up any more charts. My software is giving me a little bit of trouble on the crypto side. So can't really say much more on BCH, XRP. XRP also has kind of been an underperformer here. Would look good maybe on a pullback to 56 on XRP if we get something like that here. So we could watch that.
And the problem from a fundamental perspective, I've been saying it since 2016, 2017, because it did have its run up to $3 that we were a part of and we're trading it. But after that, from a fundamental perspective, there just isn't a throughput of value to XRP holders. They can have all the SWIFT partnerships, all the banking partnerships. That value flow, as it is constructed now, just doesn't flow back to XRP token holders, even if they're using it as a means of transaction. Okay, $100 million. I use XRP to send it to you in Brazil. You cash it in for your Brazilian currency. Net, there's no flow, no value flow to that underlying asset. You bought it, you sold it. Maybe there's a small fee basis. I just never really seen it for XRP. That's why we've never really got involved with it for a long-term hold, especially we only trade it maybe once a year. And as of now, that's really kind of the same opinion that we're going to have on it and how we kind of treat it.
XRP did get the channel started. I mean, that thing was setting at a half a cent when we started talking about crypto.
That's why I changed it. And I'm like, oh, we never. Well, that's why I changed it. I'm like, okay, 2017, because got it started in 2016 and had its run up with Tika Tawari talking about it. That we were on board for that, the run up. And then it was
fun trading it back then.
Now you just got too many insiders, too many VCs, too many big bag holders, and it's just, I don't know. What other major catalysts could you want rather than winning the court case against the SEC, and it still has done nothing besides being an underperformer? Right. It's just in the hands of too many big whales that just depress any price spike. It's just tough to be involved in. BCH, we don't love it. We got some free BCH for our Bitcoin holdings back in the day. We don't trade it very often either. It's kind of like XRP, but I will say, if EDX exchanges launches, institutional access, if point blank said all that institutions can trade is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, That's BCH. So probably gets a bid at some point. But again, speculating on when that is going to happen is a really tough call when there's so many other better opportunities, in my opinion, from both the TA and fundamental perspective in cryptocurrency at these valuations right now.
I'm going to show the S&P chart to recap before we slide off here. The SPY, you can see the red dots are the overbought technometers, green dots are oversold, arrows are maybe when we actually bought. So this has definitely been helping us on the stock side, was helping us on the crypto side, because I still think Bitcoin really is a high beta NASDAQ stock. We'll see if that returns here. But again, if you're following these buys and sells, definitely helping you out with your stock portfolio and probably crypto. We're probably a day away from having another sell. So again, I'm looking for sideways to lower here and see how they act, see if we're going to get up to the second objective that I'm showing, or whether we're going to top out right here, right now, and try more downside. So stay tuned.
And a new tuner in, Eunice, has just tuned in and wants you to do the Bitcoin chart if possible. We talked about it already, but if you can talk about it again, or maybe pull it up on TradingView if your software's having issues. It's always nice to kind of wrap up with Bitcoin anyways, because that's what most people are here to see. And Bitcoin really directs the overall market conditions and kind of leads the way as the first checkpoint for our other altcoin trades.
I got the Bitcoin chart is loading, so let me grab that. I talked about a triangle formation that probably the fifth wave ended this morning. That's why we had the big pullback. Technometer setting at 41.9 here on Bitfinex. I would bring up a different exchange, but again, I'm having some troubles with the software. Most technometers are really neutral here, so I'm looking for some type of ABC down. Maybe come down, take out that 33.5 level. Maybe come down, take out 32.9. Give us a spring type action if you know about Wyckoff. So right now I'm still looking for stock sideways to lower, and Bitcoin, same thing, sideways to lower. And we'll reevaluate in 3 or 4 trading sessions. Let me give Eunice a wrench, which just shows you're about business and not out here trolling us. So there you are. And again, that's about all I got. We're probably going to run a couple commercials here in a minute on patreon.com/learncrypto. Also, we was giving 30% off some courses. A lot of people commented their success trading has come from some Wyckoff courses. So we got the Wyckoff and crypto course for crypto, and we got the Wyckoff Unleashed course for stock traders.
And really, if you want to see everything we have to offer, both free and paid, check out learncrypto.io. Click around. It's kind of a funnel to everything that we do, whether it's free Twitter, free YouTube, free blog, all the way to paid courses or the paid Patreon private group. Look, guys, I don't want to be a shill and shill our own bags, but we will provide value to you. And I think we are some of the cheapest in this industry. We try to remain cheap to allow everybody from beginner to advanced and all income levels to participate in this ecosystem, to thrive, to learn, and to be prepared for what is the digital future and the digital economy. So make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Stay tuned for daily updates right here at Learn Crypto on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. And we'll keep trying to put in that work, keep trying to find winning trades, keep trying to find winning fundamentals, and trying to keep you guys in the loop on a daily basis.
All right, good trading. Thanks, Paul. And catch you probably tomorrow. Peace out.
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin's stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, tools, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/learncrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.
Are you intrigued by cryptocurrency, but just aren't sure how you can get started investing? Maybe you are simply too busy to trade your own cryptocurrency account since it is 365 24/7. Don't hold back any longer. With LearnCrypto.io, you can have a seasoned professional show you how. Todd W. Butterfield is a leader in trading with numerous real money trading successes to his name over the years. He owns LearnCrypto.io, the original Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, WyckoffSMI.com, as well as the Black Bay Group, a registered investment advisor. He has also created state-of-the-art software, consolidating over 100 plus crypto exchanges volume, as well as his own Wyckoff proprietary indicators. With today's stressful and busy lifestyles, isn't it time you considered having a knowledgeable investor manage your crypto account? In these unprecedented times, it is the perfect season to seriously consider LearnCrypto.io's private client group and add cryptocurrencies to your investment portfolio.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.